welcome to the fourth quarter, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Cardo. This is the it's in your contract now. I can't call you that no more. The light skin one,
All right.
it's in your contract. This is Ladybug, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. Welcome back. Man, we've been gone for a minute. Life happens. It does. Life happens. Life comes at you fast. All right, but we are back. So much stuff has happened in sports. It is ridiculous. Okay, but we got a jam-packed show for you guys today. All right. First and foremost, we're going to talk about the hometown Houston Rockets. The search for a coach has begun. Okay.
The long search.
The long search.
We're on candidate, what, 14 now?
Yeah, pretty much so. Pretty much so. Um, let me see. Next, staying with the Houston Rockets, we're going to talk about our good buddy Dwight Howard. Yeah, we're going to talk about Dwight.
It's my sarcastic smile.
We're going to talk about this soap opera tour. This what is it? Therapy session that he's just been going on, just revealing his deep, dark secrets and fears. He too
Which
big.
is
He too
never
big
mind.
for that.
He
Yeah,
is too big.
yeah, he too big for that.
That's why
I'm
people
sorry.
call him immature, because of things like this that are coming out about
Yes,
his fears.
yes. Plus side, he did cut the mohawk.
Hmm.
I don't know how much that weighs for, but the mohawk killed me. It did, like.
He's like, you are 38.
Yes, yes, you are old.
Mohawk.
You are old. Like, no, no. Yeah. So I'm glad he cut that. It was long overdue. Um, After that, guys, we're going to talk about our favorite moments during this 2016 playoffs. Um, it hasn't been eventful as other years, but it seems to just be heating up. All right, and with things heating up, that means we're coming to one of my favorite parts of the season. Might be yours as well. The NBA Finals, ladies and gentlemen. The NBA Finals.
NBA Finals, the bittersweet NBA
Yes,
Finals.
yes, yes. Because
It's a sign that we only have baseball guys.
yes, baseball. Uh, and wrestling. I watch wrestling.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
So we can cover wrestling when the finals are, no?
I don't watch that much.
Oh,
Sorry.
well, I mean, wrestling does actually have a pretty good fan base now. Like a lot of blogs have been just devoted to wrestling.
It's a
Like,
soap opera for men.
thank you. I always say that it's a soap opera for men. So,
Everything is real except the punches, guys.
yeah. Now, if you have somebody falling
And the
from,
storyline, of course.
yeah, but I mean, you can't fake falling through a table that's when you jump from a ladder that's 17 feet in the air. You can't fake that. Yeah, you can't fake that. I mean, and even you can say the blood is fake, but it's like sometimes they actually like cut themselves just to bleed. So the punch may not have been hard enough to cause blood, but I mean, they're bleeding. That's all that matters. And for those, how long is the NBA season? No, wait a minute. Wait a minute. It's not that bad because we get the Olympics this year.
We do get the Olympics. I was actually watching some track and field from 2012
Uh-huh.
yesterday. Me and my boyfriend
Uh-huh.
we were watching, the sprints, really. We don't do the long distance.
Okay.
10,000 meter. We weren't watching that. But yeah,
Right.
we were watching the sprints. It was getting us excited for the Olympics coming up. So yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I only watched the Olympics for track, gymnastics, and swimming. That's it.
I only watch it for basketball.
Oh yeah, basketball too.
Yeah, I only watch it for basketball.
Not all of it. Some of it's just be like,
Yeah, well, I watch the USA games.
yeah.
Yeah, I watch the USA games. It's actually going to be quite interesting this year because Team USA, they actually play Team Africa this year at the Toyota Center.
Nigeria.
Yeah, well, all from the same area. Uh,
Team Africa.
Yeah.
Bumping them up.
I'm just saying, like, yeah,
They
but
have different teams in Africa though.
they do.
They got a Nigerian national team. Yeah, they got a bunch of different national teams.
Didn't know that. I just thought they were all lumped in together. I did. With the Lion
Moving
King
on.
theme song playing in the background. It continues. Well, that hasn't gone anywhere, folks. We're still petty. We're still.
That was just me.
I'm just saying. I call it as I see it. So let's go ahead and get this started with Rockets coaching search. It's took some very, very odd turns. We tried to rekindle that fire with Jeff Van Gundy. He's defensive coach.
He never even interviewed.
Never, yeah, he never
Yeah, we
interviewed.
find out he actually never even had an interview. He was just a top candidate. It's like,
But you
oh,
don't
swear.
interview him. And then Kenny the Jet Smith was a candidate, no coaching experience
None.
at all.
He's an analyst.
An analyst. Not that, well, I mean, only thing that's interesting about his analytic abilities, is that a word?
Analytic? I think so.
It's going to be a word today. It's going to be a word today. Only thing that's interesting about him is when he runs back and forth to the big board to show plays. Yeah, all this way, just running, whatever. But the latest coach really makes me scratch my head. Mike D'Antoni. That really made me scratch my head. Like,
Did it make you mad?
it did because I'm like, look at the last job that he did in New York. Look at the job that he did in L.A.
It kind of made me mad, but then they started saying that they were going to surround him with defensive-minded player development type assistant coaches. Then I kind of got excited because I like D'Antoni's offense, but
Yeah,
he's not a defensive-minded coach. But if you make your top assistant, what was the guy?
Lionel Hollins. Yeah,
I would have been okay with that.
yeah,
I would have been okay with that.
yeah.
But D'Antoni and then
But you
like
know,
him bringing in his own assistants, I would be like, nah.
if we get D'Antoni, that's going to completely kick Dwight Howard out of Houston because he doesn't want to
Yeah,
play
he
for
doesn't like
D'Antoni.
D'Antoni.
But I mean, it could be a win-win because it's time for Dwight Howard to go.
Yeah.
It's time for Dwight to go.
Overstayed as well.
Huh?
You think he's overstayed as well?
Very much so. Because it was such a big to do. Like, it was all over Sports Center, ABC 13, CNN. The very day that Dwight Howard said he was going to come to Houston, it was like, oh, happy day. But I'm like, man, look at what we're getting. Like, all the issues that we used to clown him about, the airballing free throws, the lack
Not
of...
money anymore.
It's not. It's not. It's not. Like, it's sad. So, does that mean we're jumping into Dwight Howard? Should we just get it out the way now?
I think so.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Dwight's issues.
Dwight's
Is
issues.
what we have here.
Yes, exactly. Dwight's
You can see it
issues.
here,
Right there.
somewhere down
Right there. Somewhere right there. But I don't know where to begin with him.
Let's start with this quote. Shall I
Okay.
read it?
Okay, let's go.
Let me see if I still have it here. Excuse me, guys.
It's okay.
Slow.
We're just waiting for our...
So yeah, everybody already knows how much of a kid in an adult body Dwight Howard is. You know, we talk about it, we joke about it,
That's a great way to put it. The kid
But-
in an adult's body.
but I don't think it's really come to fruition until I read this.
Okay, let's have it.
This is a Dwight Howard quote.
You
And I
guys
quote,
should see it in the middle of the screen while she reads along.
I used to shoot 1,000 shots a day. I called Kobe when I was still playing in Orlando and asked him what I should do. He's the one who told me to take 1,000 a day. So I'd practice and practice them. Then I'd be so afraid to take them in a game because I was so worried I would miss. I hate messing up. I hate failure. I was just talking to WNBA star Tina Thompson the other day about it. I told her about my fear of missing, and she said, Dwight, you're gonna miss. Everyone does, but I want to be perfect. End quote. Howard then said he has worked with a sports psychologist and will continue to do so.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. You know what? That brings me that to show the difference between the mindsets of a champion and a Dwight Howard. Yeah. Remember, Dwayne Wade was going through, I'm not going to say something similar, but remember after he had those knee injuries and those shoulder injuries that were keeping him out, he released a Nike commercial. He was like, I may get knocked down 7, but I'm going to get up 8. You know, and now it's his mentality. Like, hey, I'm gonna keep trying. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep doing what I can to be the best that I can be. Dwight Howard, he just seems like he's stuck in this level of complacency. Like somewhere in Dwight Howard's head, he still thinks that he's the best center in the league, and he's far past that.
But you falling down and you failing does not make you a bad person or a bad player.
Right.
It's when you stay there or when you don't even try. And that's what he's not doing. He's not trying. Because he just said it.
Yeah.
He didn't want to try to shoot the jump shots in the game because he was afraid he would miss. Like, what?
And that may
You got
alleviate.
like 12 kids. Is that what you're going to tell your kids?
Yeah. And that may alleviate some of his issues in the paint because we know after 12 years, Dwight Howard still doesn't have a post game to speak of.
And you had Patrick Ewing and Hakeem Olajuwon
And Kevin McHale.
and Kevin McHale, and you just suck.
Yeah,
You suck in the
basically.
post.
Basically. I mean, you can say it's on energy. I mean, you can say it's with injuries, you know, with his shoulder and then his back, then his knees, hamstring, whatever. But still, I mean,
That's when you got to make a way out of no way. You can't keep forcing the issue if it's not working. That's when
like,
it's
because
not-
if I see him back it down, and then, what is that? That's no follow through. That's just like a,
Could you just point?
yeah, what? No. No, and I mean it may have something to do with the league going away from the traditional center.
Maybe
Okay.
so, because we see right now, currently in the playoffs, a guy named Bismack Biyombo, who has no offensive game whatsoever, but he just plays based off of hustle. It's just hustle.
Yeah,
That's how he's been so good. Just hustle. 26 rebounds, game 3.
yeah, that was huge. That was huge, and it says like, man, like look at the money that he's making. Look at the money that Tristan Thompson is making,
Garbage.
and is not doing anything,
Garbage.
anything.
He's so timid in the post now. I mean, not in the post, in the paint.
Yeah,
Like, dude, you're like 7 feet tall. What do you?
yeah,
Will you
like
grab a rebound?
really, and
Especially this game. I mean, this series. He's just seemed so timid. Tristan Thompson, that is.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
playing really small.
So is Kevin Love.
You know, I don't. What
Cons-
is wrong with Kevin Love?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know,
Where's
but
Andrew Wiggins weed eater?
really,
Mm.
really. I mean,
Mm.
but just look at it like Kevin Love. Like I mean, in the first two series, Kevin Love he was out there balling,
He was.
and then I mean, you get to this. I mean, it's not because he's not taking the shots like he's being passive. He's just missing.
Mhm.
And it's a make or miss league, so you can't get on him about that. But it's just like before when he's kind of going back to that David Blatt Kevin Love,
Mhm.
the player that's afraid to go on the inside.
Yeah, he's settling for those shots. I know you've been making them, but you're not making them now. You need to try to drive. You need to get in the post or something.
Something. And you can't say it's because of that Jurassic Park atmosphere up there in Toronto. Because, I mean, hey, that's what they call it.
That's what they call it.
Yeah, because
That makes a lot of sense. That's cool. I like that.
yeah, because you know, like they have the game going on the inside, then it's the fans on the outside the stadium watching it as well, on like the big screen. Yeah. Um, so they can't say that it's that atmosphere that's throwing them off because I'm sorry. Like if they get past they get past Toronto,
Still give it to him.
I'm just gonna give it to them. I got to ride or die with my team. You know, it was crazy when they lost game 4. Like, my girl really thought that I was mad at her. I was like, get this off my TV, turn it off. I threw the remote control. I was like, where the Black and Miles at? I was like, I need to forget this night even happened. She's like, but babe, we had a good night. I was like, I understand that, but you can't ignore the fact that we lost. You can't ignore that. She was like, you took off your jersey, you just threw it down there.
15 points.
When?
Game 3.
Yeah, game 3. Yeah, no, game 3, was it 10? I thought it was 10.
Double digits.
Yeah. And then to lose game 4, they were up. Well, I mean, they were trading baskets in the fourth quarter, which is the best quarter, by the way, for those of you who don't know.
You know, in the last 5 minutes of that game 4, LeBron shot
Once.
and he had the nerve to say in his post-game interview that I think I did pretty good in the 46 minutes that I played. Just started out there. I played all but 2 minutes of this game. I just want to let y'all know. But I think I did pretty good. And then they showed that stat at the bottom, 0 of 1 field goals in like the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, you didn't do all you could.
That's true. But I think that was a shot more at Kevin Love.
I think it was a shot at his whole team. 'Cause
Yeah.
like my dad said, look, he's about to throw the whole team under the bus.
Yep. Yep. I mean, but if you look at it, like they were doing so well early in the fourth quarter. They were what, like 11 of 11 at a time in point. Channing Frye was raining threes. Who was it? Richard Jefferson was going a lot of backdoor cuts. I mean, catching.
Yeah, he was dunking. Like
He
that.
was. He was like he was out there producing.
2009?
Really,
Richard Jefferson?
really.
What?
You know, and to do like that, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. But I really think, yeah,
But as a leader, you're supposed to say, if you don't win the game, you say, I didn't do enough.
right,
Because you're the leader.
right,
Even if you think you did enough, you felt like your teammates didn't do enough, you're the leader. You're supposed to say, hey, I didn't do enough.
that's
I
right,
didn't get my team involved enough.
that's
We
right.
didn't win, so it's my fault.
It's on me, and you're right, you're right. Him throwing them on, that's not gonna make them gel even more.
Right.
You know, but at the same time, I just think that this is just part of a whole big scheme of making stuff interesting. You get what I'm saying? Because, for lack of a better term, the Eastern Conference Finals was very uneventful.
Yes, it was.
It was no test out there. It was no nothing. Everybody just wrote the Cleveland's name on the
10
Larry
straight
O'Brien,
victories.
you know? But
10 straight victories.
it had to add to the drama of it. You know what I'm saying? It had to add to that. Damn, we was talking about Dwight Howard. That,
It was. We
but-
don't even want to talk about him.
yeah, no,
It's
no.
depressing.
It's very
He's a
depressing.
big man.
Yeah.
Scared to take a jump shot.
And in all honesty, who's gonna let's pull up the teams that are in the NBA who would be possibly interested in a Dwight Howard. Okay. Hold on, we're waiting for our statistician to pull it up. So clearly he's done in Houston. I don't see a reunion in LA. It may be a reunion in Orlando, but they have a young team.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think Dwight Howard is.
I don't think he's ready to be surrounded by a young team.
Yeah.
He has to lead.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to lead.
Yeah, I don't see it. Let me see. Miami, no.
I heard something about Milwaukee. This was a few months ago, before the trade deadline.
The Bucks, I mean, possibly. I mean, it'll give them a big man in the middle, but it's just like the issue with Dwight Howard. He wants to still be a focal point of the offense, and his game doesn't.
You gotta let that go.
Yeah.
Tim Duncan let it go.
Yes, he
Kevin
did.
Garnett let it go.
Yes. Kevin Garnett is a one-time champion. Tim Duncan is a 5-time champion. I mean, Shaq is a 4-time champion. And all of them knew that when it reached a certain point that they weren't going to be that guy anymore, so let me step up my defense. But the only difference between Dwight Howard and them is that Father Time took them down. Dwight Howard isn't nearly as old as they are.
Right.
And for him to decline
Maybe
as
that's
fast
why
as he did.
He's saying that because he's like, I'm not old.
Yeah.
I just can't sit back and just play my part because I'm not old. But you're a center
Yeah.
in this 2016 NBA. You
Yeah.
can't play the way you want to play.
To where-
That's not how the league is going.
It's not. I mean, because you have Draymond Green playing center now. You have a Channing Frye playing center now. You have a Serge Ibaka who's smaller than Howard playing center. Even though that is his position, but still, it's the center position is getting
More athletic,
yeah,
more
which
faster, quicker. So.
which is probably the downfall of the Memphis Grizzlies. You know, because the prime, huh?
They're slow.
Yeah, they're slow. Like, that's all. Named Zach Randolph and Mark Gasol. Yeah, I mean, they were formidable back in the day, but it's just like now, like,
That's who needs D'Antoni.
the Grizzlies.
That's who needs D'Antoni. The Grizzlies right there.
Man, he gonna have Zach Randolph.
Sweating like a pig.
For real. Zach Randolph is gonna be $150 after a full season with Mike D'Antoni.
Like, man, this is the smallest I've
Ever been in my whole life.
That's what they need to look at.
The announcer
They
gonna
haven't
come out?
hired a coach, have they?
Nah, they haven't. Nah, they haven't. I don't think they have. No, Frank Vogel, no, but he's going to Orlando.
Yep, it's vacant.
Yeah.
Still vacant.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I don't know. It's gonna be a very interesting off season. Cause I don't see any place where Dwight Howard
And
fits
you know
in.
what? Dwight Howard being a teammate of James Harden, and he's afraid to miss. James Harden is not afraid to miss. That hasn't rubbed off on you?
He
You
played
see,
with
James Harden don't care.
he played with Kobe
And you play with Kobe. The
Kobe
most missed shots
in NBA
history.
history, but you're afraid to miss. Michael Jordan missed shots. Shaq missed shots.
Everybody misses shots.
But you know what's even more ironic? You're afraid to miss a jump shot, but you're not afraid to throw up a half-ass hook shot and miss when you're 2 feet away from the basket. You're not afraid to miss
And
those.
you're not afraid to miss a layup.
Right.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. We need to have that. Let me see if I can fix that, if I can put that at the bottom. Come on, man. No, we got to have something original for the show. Really, bruh?
Give me a dollar, man.
Yeah, yeah.
Give me a jump shot, man.
Oh, man. Nah, that's that. Nah, Dwight, you were good while you were here. We reached levels, that we hadn't reached in quite some time. So thank you for that. But we bid you adieu.
Dwight was excellent last season.
Last season, yes. This season, not so much. So with that being said, Dwight Howard, thank you for your services. Bye. See you later. See you later, Dwight. We want to move on. If we could get an Al Horford, that would be a great addition. A Whiteside, but Miami is hell bent on keeping him.
Of course.
So we'll see. We'll see. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a quick break. After we take this break, we're going to be right back, and we're going to talk about our favorite playoff moments to this date. Then we're going to make our finals predictions. So stay tuned. Keep rocking with us. See y'all in a second.
And there's the rookie, Norman Powell, with a steal and a dunk.
Nowitzki has it blocked by Westbrook. Tanner down the middle for the flush. Irving for three. Oh, he puts it in. Kyrie Irving nails it. What a shot. Wade leans in, falling away, puts it in. Dwayne Wade does it again. And Charlotte has to call timeout. What a clutch performance from Dwayne Wade.
Great movement to Turner. On the move with the shake and the finish. The stare afterwards.
And Anderson with the follow dunk on the missed free throw.
The rookie is playing inspired basketball.
All tied at 78. It'll count if it goes. And it goes. Kyrie Irving with a half-court bomb.
Nice drop pass by Chris Paul. He just explodes the rim. Griffin with the dunk of the night.
Harden got the quick feed and slams it hard. James Harden. Good feed by Beverly. Dellavedova. Looking for James. LeBron James bringing the heat. Ooh.
Belly does a nice job, and you can see he's coming down the lane, and you don't want to get in the way of that one. That one was big time. He liked that one.
All kind of sassy on that one. hit. Wow, what a play. Turning back the clock. Father Prime. Man, oh man.
Waiters gets it in this time. Westbrook to the bucket. He scores and a foul with 6.3 to go.
Iguodala all the way in. Up and under he goes. Andre Iguodala. And it's a 5-point game again. Threw it down. Pulls back that Cavalier bench. Whoa. Now that was great. Duncan catches. Duncan blocked by Ibaka. Picked up by Westbrook. Westbrook to Durant. And the finish. Oh, a huge turnaround.
Now goes left side away out. Fake the three. Goes down the lane. It jams. Al Horford. A slam dunk right over Love. He face painted Kevin Love. Lowry off the dribble. Stripped to the ball by Dragic. Biyombo. That's a man's jam. Wow. Bismack Biyombo's got the best finish so far.
Tapped out to James. Love three in the air. Kevin Love and one.
How about the ball fake on the first move of the defender, and then the head fake, and then he still settles.
Sees it on the break for the Blazers. Emilio on Curry behind the back. 3-point is up. Oh! No words. No words.
They need a 3 to tie. Lowry. Half-court heave. A prayer at the buzzer. Oh! Kyle Lowry! He hits! Overtime in Toronto!
Unbelievable! What an improbable turn of events! The Toronto Raptors!
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the fourth quarter. I'm your host, Cardo. This is Ladybug. We're back, and with the second half of the show. Second half of the show, guys, we're going to talk about, first and foremost, our favorite moments from the 2016 NBA playoffs. Lastly, we're going to talk about our predictions for the NBA Finals. So let's go. What are your favorite moments from the NBA playoffs so far?
My first moment this season would have to be when Charlie Villanueva and, what's the guy's name? Justin Anderson?
Yeah.
Interrupted Westbrook and Payne's little pre-game dance ritual.
Routine.
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's stupid.
Like
but
they were on the cheer squad.
but the fact they got like two nobodies. Dallas got like two nobodies.
Yeah.
To throw them in the mix.
Yeah.
like Westbrook said, he was like, if you don't get no playing time, I guess you just got to do stuff like that. I don't even know who these guys are.
I mean, but it, to a certain extent, it was a little bit excessive. Like.
I mean, but it's a ritual.
Yeah, I mean,
even what's his name? What's his name? Payne. Is it not Cameron Payne?
Yeah, Cameron Payne. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he doesn't play either. So.
Yeah, that's true. But he's supposed to be the backup point guard. So he tries to do what Westbrook does.
When was the last time you've seen him play?
It was
Actually, he did play a couple games ago.
It was in the fourth quarter of the Spurs game.
Actually, he played game 4 because it was a blowout. That's why. That's the only reason he got some playing time.
Yeah, pretty much so.
Game 4 against Golden State.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, okay, I'll give you that one. I mean, because it added some drama to
Right, and Mark Cuban. This was after, right? When Mark Cuban said this after that little thing, right?
What about Westbrook not being
Westbrook
a superstar?
Was not a superstar, and that Durant was the only superstar on the team.
And
then Westbrook goes and scores like 36 and 12.
Or was that the next game? Because I know that game
It might have been the next game.
That game when they interrupted him, that's actually the game that they lost, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So then Mark Cuban was feeling a little bit of courage and stepped out on a limb there. So yeah, I could see that one. I could see that one. My favorite one from these playoffs, it actually didn't happen on the court. It actually happened during the MVP ceremony for Steph Curry. It was Lil Ryan. Yeah, like what is up with this little? Like what is up with her?
She
Like
has too much personality.
she
Like, her
does.
dad has none, and she has it all.
Yeah, yeah. Like what is up? Like she, if young Riley don't trust you, I'm gonna get you. What?
I guess she meant to do this, but she was like
You, and pointing at people like
pointed at him twice.
I got you. You like, and she
And
did
from
it twice.
What I hear, this guy is a reporter, and he calls Steph Curry soft.
Uh-huh.
At some point during this season, I don't know when, I don't know how she would know that, or if it was just a coincidence, or somebody was like, he talked about your daddy, and she was like, oh, okay.
Or she was probably listening, being grown, listening, and then someone was probably like, hey, that's the guy that calls Steph X, Y, and Z.
Oh, maybe so.
And then she remembered it, and then when she saw him, she had to remind him, was like, hey, I know, I got you. Like, what?
Oh, she's funny.
Yeah, that's a cute little kid. She is.
As much as we hate Golden State.
Yes, and your daddy.
Can't hate the kids.
Can't hate the kids. Can't hate
That's
the kids.
different. We're not that bad.
Can be.
We can be.
We can
That
be.
would just be mean.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah.
That's the thin line between petty and just like mean.
Yeah. Nah, not mean. Not malicious.
There you go, that's the word.
Yeah, not malicious. Yeah. But we can lace up those petty boots. Speaking about lacing up these petty boots, we saw this one. It was with one of our good friends, Chuck, from inside the NBA. Check this out, folks. This is ridiculous.
Listen, I told you, Oklahoma City to me has the most talent of any team in the NBA. It was going to come down to WTF. What the hell? But I think something is...
WTH.
WTH.
But here's the thing, he said, he was like, I know the game, I just can't say what's the on national TV.
But you could at least, say...
Yeah, like...
I just give it a whole different word.
Right, like what the heck, like what?
No, alphabets.
And then he continued with the... Poor Chuck.
Why can't he just say WTH then?
Yeah, what the hell? I mean,
That's a shortcut.
it's what you used anyway, and we've seen people actually use that acronym. Like, what the hell? Chuck.
The Chuckster.
Athletic.
Indianapolis. Actually, he doesn't say athletic anymore. He says athletic.
Really?
It's still wrong.
Very wrong. But I didn't
he's
know
not
he changed it
adding
up.
A K instead of a TH this time.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
I heard him talk. He said athletic instead of athletic.
Huh. So
Making
progress. Little progress.
Country bumpkin, but we're making progress.
It's progress nonetheless. Okay. Let me see. So let's return to on the court. Okay. One of my favorite plays that was actually on the court, it was the Cavaliers versus the Toronto Raptors, and it was this dunk by LeBron James. It's a basic dunk. He did cock it back and then slam it home. But his reaction afterwards was kind of like what got everybody hyped up. Was that kind of like that game-changing play a little bit. He had Carroll on him. He spun off of him, went right to the basket, elevated and dunked it, and then just fell back. Like it was live. It was live. It got me hyped.
You say so.
Yeah.
I see better.
Okay, all right. So what was your actual play from on the court?
Steph Curry. Game 2? Game 3. Game 2. What was it?
What?
Anyway, 15 points.
Against OKC, right?
Yes.
Game 2.
15 points in 1 minute and 58 seconds. Now, I will say this. We don't like Golden State.
Not at all.
Because they're showmen.
Very
of course,
much
they're
so.
winners, and you have the right, but we don't want to see that.
Don't.
So, but yeah, you know, just when you think that this guy can't amaze you anymore, he does something else. He makes a 40-foot three-point shot.
So?
He rolls his ankle and comes back 6 minutes later. Like, he falls into the stands and has an elbow. This was after he fell into the stands.
Yeah.
The elbow was swollen like the size of a golf ball or something.
Yeah.
Even bigger. And he came back, and that's when he scored the 15.
But you know what? Him trying to jump, like, he should, like, I understand laying it all on the line.
Somebody punched him. Did you see that?
No. Didn't see that. But it's laying it all on the line, but it's understanding at a certain point who you are.
And your fans didn't even attempt to catch you.
Took pictures and selfies
Like,
with you while you were on the ground. Like,
is he alright?
yeah.
Is he alright? Still taking pictures of.
There go 12.
Still taking pictures. Oh, wink, wink. Anyway.
But yeah, nah, like, when he tried to make that jump, I was like, dude, you know you're not finna clear that.
Do that? I just
Like, you have upper body strength. That's all.
barely.
Barely. So, that's crazy. Yeah, so I don't know. Hopefully we'll have actual more on the court stuff going on in the coming weeks.
Because it hasn't been that exciting. I mean, the series, the finals, conference finals have been good. It's been competitive, but as far as moments on the court,
Nah, not so
no
much.
buzzer beaters,
No fights.
nothing.
None of that. None at all.
Fights, except Draymond kicking people in the family jewels.
Accident. Now, I mean, being objective.
I think he was trying to flop. That's
I
all.
do too.
I think he was selling the foul, and he flopped and he flailed.
Because you didn't see an extension of the leg. It was just kind of like he was going up, he kicked his leg out, like just trying to sell the contact.
I don't think there was enough time in between him hitting Steven Adams and when his leg went up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Not time to think, oh, I need to hit him right there. It wasn't enough time for him to think about that.
It wasn't.
It was just,
Yeah.
you know, flopping.
Right, right. Now, if we're going to talk about flopping, we have to talk about this play from LeBron James. Check this out, folks. I understand selling the call, but I don't, like, if he would have known it was his teammate, I don't think he would have over dramatically sold it like that.
Who knows? Maybe he didn't know this team.
And tried to, but would it be?
It's just such a habit. He just, not only did he flop, he fell.
Like
slid.
It didn't fail. Like, what? How is that possible? I wish we had rolling chairs.
Speaking of that, there's a picture you guys are going to see right now. LeBron James, Best Acting Award.
Ha! That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. Because he sold the hell out of that call. Like he did. Or no, remember when they were going against the Knicks when he played with the Heat and somebody set a screen on him and he did one of these like he got shot and just fell forward? That's my favorite player, man. But man, but you know who he got that from? Dwayne Wade. Because remember,
Dwayne Wade kind of toned it down.
No, he ratcheted it up in these playoffs. Because remember, he was coming around the screen. The guy's elbow was up. Dwayne didn't even get hit by the elbow, and he just fell out. Would you like fries with your flopper? Yeah, man.
Oh, man. But you know who's a good flopper as well?
Who?
Or an overly flopper? I mean, you flop. Everybody in the NBA flops.
Right.
But Kyle Lowry.
Oh, yeah.
This guy, I don't know if it's funnier or you can tell he's flopping more because he's smaller.
Uh-huh.
But yeah.
Yeah, nah, that's crazy. But hopefully it gets better. Hopefully the playoffs get better, and we're coming across to the NBA Finals. The best time of the year. The best. So let's go ahead and get into it. What is your prediction for the NBA Finals? What two teams do you have getting there, and who do you have winning it all?
I'm gonna go out on a limb. You know, I'm gonna go with my heart on this decision.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say OKC versus Cleveland.
Okay.
Who wins? OKC.
Blasphemy.
Bro, that's how I'm going with my heart.
It's wrong.
My heart is wrong?
Yes, yes. Yeah. You got OKC winning it?
I got OKC winning.
Ooh, that's tough. It'll be a compelling series because, you know.
Maybe this is what I want. Like I said, this is a heart choice.
Right.
Head choice, you're not going to get from me.
Okay.
Not this time.
Well, you're going to get both from me. Okay. Maybe not be the most objective, but I have the Cavaliers.
You know your game.
Yeah. You know my kind. I have the Cavaliers, and I'm going to go with OKC too. I'm going to go with OKC because
if OKC wins this
game 4, yeah.
If they win game 4, right, because it's 2-1, right?
Right,
if they win game 4 and Golden State goes down 3-1, they can chalk it up.
Yeah, they can. Because, I mean, my thing is San Antonio made this team grow up.
Yeah.
Like, they had very little...
They took advantage of their chances.
Yes. Which is the same thing that they have to do in this situation against Golden State. Mm-hmm. They have to.
And this is why I like Draymond not being suspended. You know, although people were calling for his suspension. If they win, there won't be any excuses as to why they won.
Right.
Oh, Draymond Green didn't play, blah, blah, blah. No. If they win, they won fair and square.
Right, right. I'm with that. It gives them no excuse.
Right.
It gives them no excuse. Now, like I said, I do have Cleveland versus OKC in the finals. I have Cleveland winning, and let me step out on a limb even further. That loss in the NBA Finals to Cleveland will make Kevin Durant leave OKC. Yep.
Even after making the finals, you think he's still leaving?
Yep, I do. I do because that to him that would be one too many times reaching Mount Everest and not capitalizing. Still.
It's just twice.
Yeah, but still. And the fact that it's
I think it depends on if they get there, of course, and how and if they lose. If they lose and they get swept or it's 4-1, then I think he leaves. But if they go game 7, I don't think he will leave.
I can still see him leaving. Mm-hmm. And let me step out on a limb a little bit further. I see two things happening if Cleveland wins. When Cleveland wins, got to speak things into existence. First and foremost, I could either see LeBron going back to Miami because he already completed his mission. He brought Cleveland a championship. That's what he wanted to do. Mm-hmm. He did. I could either see him going back to Miami, or I could see him pulling a Jordan and retiring for a year.
Really? I've never thought of that.
I could because remember last year during the NBA Finals, he was like he had a big surprise, a big secret, a big announcement. And if they were to win the NBA Finals, he was going to reveal this secret. He was going to reveal what his secret motivation was. I can see it happening.
I thought it was his daughter.
Because his daughter was already born.
She's over a year old?
She's about to be a year, yeah. Yeah, she's about to be a year. So she was already here when all that occurred. So yeah, I could see LeBron sitting out for a year because I could see him saying, well, you know what? I did what I could. Like, we won a championship. I am tired. I wanna relax with my family. I wanna take this time to revitalize my mind, my body.
And play tight end for Houston Texans.
Nah.
You're not gonna try to do a sport like Jordan?
Nah, I don't. Really?
Well, we need a tight end.
really what I see him doing, like he has a lot of other ventures. I mean, Survivor's Remorse, you know, he's going to be doing what is it, Space Jam 2? You know, so I could see that. I could see that. And I could possibly see, I don't know, but I still see LeBron retiring after this year. Or just sitting out a season.
I can't see that.
I can.
I can't.
No? We'll see. We'll see. It's something telling me.
Even if he makes the choice to sit out, I don't think he's going to be out for an entire year.
Because look.
Or maybe he will, and he comes back to Cleveland, and he's like, see, y'all suck without me.
I mean, it's a possibility.
And then the league is going to see just how valuable this guy is, because I think LeBron is a narcissist. I think he has a narcissistic personality disorder.
Okay.
And everything's always about him. Him.
Yeah.
And if he sits out, it's going to be about him again.
Yeah.
It's not going to be about his family and all this stuff. It's going to be about, see, I told y'all I was valuable.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
But so you can see him sitting out for a while.
I mean, I can, but not because of the reasons you saying.
I mean, but it's. I still think that. I still think that. Like, he want to be able to share those memories that he didn't get to have the first years his kids were growing up. You know, he loves his little girl. So I can see that. I can see that. After the finals are over with, after the Olympics are over with, I can see him taking a break. He may not announce it after the NBA finals, but he would announce it in some kind of grand fashion. Oh, LeBron.
Narcissistic.
Yeah. That would be the equivalent of.
The decision.
Yes. I can see it. You heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. So if it happens, you heard it on the fourth quarter. You did. I mean, and that's what it's all about. It's all about making predictions and just hoping that you're right. That's what it is. It's about making predictions. They'll play a basketball game on the moon one day. They will. It's just all about just having that, it made sense to y'all. I know it did. More than a little bit. Yeah, maybe like this much. Let's put that up against yours.
Not that much.
No. You see that? This is how much it is. Anyways, we'll see you, ladies and gentlemen. We hope y'all enjoyed this episode. And as soon as the NBA finals are set, you guys are going to get an episode from us. All right? Where we break down the finals. We'll break it down game by game. All right? So thank y'all for tuning in. Sorry I sound congested. I've been sick. That's what happens the most. When I get sick, I get congested. But it's feeling better. My girl told me the other day that I sounded like Future when I'm sick.
I need to represent again.
Spectacular. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm Cardo. Ladybug. We out. That was a good one. I wish I wasn't so congested during this episode.